Thank you to all of you 800 sinners that have decided to join me on my little YouTube journey. This is awesome. We have hit a massive milestone with this, and I want to thank every single one of you from the bottom of my blackened little heart for that. But this milestone that we're going to be talking about is causing a lot of controversy. As of just a few days ago, the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's new movie, released its new trailer. But not only did it release a trailer, it came with a massive backlash. Not only with things of John Leguizamo, but the ratio has become apoplectic. 64,000 upvotes to 537 downvotes as of the time that I am making this video. At no point in a Christopher Nolan movie or history has a trailer decided it's going to plummet and drop to its knees like Bonnie Blue that bad. Not at all, ladies and gentlemen, but we are going to find out why. Now, what is it? What can you ask yourself? What made a Christopher Nolan movie hit 537,000 dislikes? More than 500,000. What could have caused that? Well, I am so glad that you have asked. Because of now, as of just recently, big shout out to Steph from My Nerdy Home for pointing this out. Lupita Nyong'o, Helen of Troy herself, has decided that she is going to tell us how she really feels. So I want this to sink in, and I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's have some fun.
When you read the Iliad and the Odyssey, very little time is spent in the perspective of the women.
Right.
Right? It's told from a very masculine side of things.
Right.
But this film takes.
Do you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? How dare they? How dare they, from the Odyssey, tell something in a very masculine perspective? But I'm sure Soy Boy next to her is going to give us some great words of encouragement coming up.
It takes time to really consider things from the female perspective. And so we see in Helen and Clytemnestra how this war has affected them both.
Yeah.
And they respond to it very differently because their experience of it is very different.
Mhm.
And so for me, that was very enriching to.
Well, I am glad. I am glad from the male perspective, folks, that we are taking time, look at that fucking face, to look at the female perspective in the Odyssey. But this is specifically why the video is called Odyssey and Hypocrisy. This is going to be why.
Take the time to kind of like humanize them and consider what this time could have looked like for them. Because
that is very important, folks. That is very important. And we need to understand that. But before we go any further, the reporter has the ability to ask Homer a single question. This is her response.
I'd be like, so.
And I just want to point out that face. Jesus Christ. You know what? Fuck it.
I'd be like, so Homer, how do you feel about this screen time given to these women, considering how little you spend with them?
What the absolute fuck was that? You really got him with that one. You really got him. You really stuck it to those chuds. That Homer chud. You really stuck it to him, girl.
With them. Okay.
And then do you lean forward and look at him like that?
Yes, like, remember us? I'd be like.
And you have to wonder, and you have to ask yourself, how did that get 537,000 dislikes now? And I'm sure it's even up higher now at this point. Because what we are seeing now, ladies and gentlemen, the Odyssey star, Lupita Nyong'o, responds to racist casting backlash. This is a mythological story. It's not real then, right? This is a mythological story, Nyong'o said in an interview with Elle, dismissing the hate. I'm very supportive of Chris's intentions with it and the version of this story that he is telling. Our cast is representative of the world. I'm not spending my time thinking of defense. Criticism will exist whether I engage with it or not. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is the face that launched 1,000 crypts, not the face that launched 1,000 ships. What if somebody knows what they're trying to do at this point? Because here's the thing. Here's what everyone needs to realize about the Odyssey. Okay. It is not going to fail. I highly, highly doubt that. Is it going to absolutely underperform now? 100%. It is 100% going to underperform. I'd probably bank the $750 million mark. That is what we're going to be looking at now. But why the hypocrisy? Do you remember what happened with that Cleopatra Netflix movie? Do you remember how that went? That absolute fucking disaster of a movie? It's Netflix. What do you expect? The name Christopher Nolan alone can put asses in seats. And that's what Hollywood needs right now. There is no one else that has that much power to put asses in seats than Christopher Nolan. You can understand through all of his work. Sure, Tenet, I don't understand that movie. Saw it, not my thing. But now, when you look at The Dark Knight, you look at Oppenheimer, Interstellar, all of his work, he can make good movies. So the question you have to ask yourself is, why is he doing this? Is it because of the awards? Because of the recognition he wants for it? He wants to put another Oscar next to his other one? Who knows? The criticism will engage. The criticism will exist whether I engage with it or not. But yet we are not allowed to talk about the hypocrisy of it because the internet remains undefeated.
How Africa, the continent, is portrayed on screen in cinema. Do you think that this is a sign that we are moving? There's a shift in how we view Africa.
What Black Panther shows us is that there is a whole host of people who get the misrepresentation that Africa has had and who respect the continent, want to reinvest.
How to respect the continent. All right, that's it. I'm sold. Channing Tatum, T'Challa, Wakanda 3. That's where we need to go. Channing Tatum, Black Panther, Wakanda 3. That's it. Because you can guarantee if this was on the other side of the table and they did that, you immediately know the backlash that would come from it. You can sit there and pretend all you want that it wouldn't come. You know exactly that it would come. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. And one of the biggest issues that people are having with this is the cast. The casting itself right now is not doing any favors. Thank you, Ellen Page. You can do whatever you want with your body. You're an adult. I don't hate her for it. But if you want to tell me that this is somebody that was going to be portrayed in Homer's work, you are out of your mind. And that's why it's gotten the backlash that it has. Because he's not playing Achilles. Fine. All right. But you're going to tell me one thing that doesn't stand out in this picture? 100%. 100%.
Investigate the continent and re-represent the continent. And that's important.
So if you want to re-represent the continent, then let us do something with Black Panther. What's the problem? What's the issue? Where would the conflict come? But this is where we're at right now. Could this have completely destroyed the movie? Not 100%. Did it absolutely do some damage? Yes, it absolutely did. And I'm still going to see this movie. And if it is good, I will give it its praises. And I will also give my honest opinion as per usual. Let me know in the comment section below, how are you feeling about the Odyssey? Will it flop? If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy this video, I thank you all so much for watching. And as always, until we meet again.